What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and I got to talk about A Violent Night. I just got back from the theater. I was going to do this review tomorrow originally, but I got to get some stuff off my chest because this is a movie that honestly, all I see are glowing reviews everywhere. Like, everyone's been loving this movie, talking about how awesome it is. I mean, it's just crazy. That's all I've heard. YouTubers whose opinions I can usually trust, and they're entitled to their opinion on this one. I'm not saying that their opinion's not valid, but 9 times out of 10, most of these YouTubers who I'm talking about, who I'm fans of, if they say something's awesome, it's at least decent. I may not love it as much, but this one, I went in thinking I'm going to enjoy it. At a minimum, it's going to be okay. I was ready to walk out of this thing. When there was like 20 or 30 minutes left, I genuinely wanted to walk out of the theater. It was so cringe. And I just wasn't dealing with it. And I'll talk about the things I didn't like. For me, the positives didn't outweigh the negatives. Now, I'm not saying there weren't any positives. I did think that the movie had a really good idea. I think that there was a really good concept here. And that could have been the kick-ass movie that everyone's talking about for me. And that was for them, apparently, or for almost everyone else except me. For me, it wasn't that. There were some funny moments in the movie. I laughed 5 or 6 times, but there were probably 500 times where the movie wanted me to laugh or tried to get me to laugh, and most of the humor didn't land, but some of it did. There was a moment where I genuinely laughed hard, and it was one of the kind of Home Alone traps that this little girl set, and it was a trap that I think was set up and executed really well. And it was the funniest moment in the movie for me, and it was a really cool moment. It was hilarious. I was laughing. I felt like I was watching Home Alone 2 again, because I remember the first time I watched Home Alone 2, I was just dying laughing. Home Alone, the original as well, but Home Alone 2, when I first watched that movie, I was just laughing so hard, and it kind of took me back to that. So I'll give the movie credit there. And I think that the actor who portrayed Santa here, I think he was really good as well. But by and large, the movie didn't work for me because it was so silly and cringe and not funny enough that it just hurt to watch more than it was awesome. Also, the last positive I guess I'll give is the sequences, the kills in this movie are kick-ass. I mean, yes, that's what everyone's saying. They're right. But they're few and far between. I mean, there's a couple of sequences that are awesome when Santa goes on his rampage, but there's always a cringe moment right before it, a cringe moment right after. We get right back into just having to deal with the negatives that I'm about to talk about. But yes, the kills are awesome. There was some really unique stuff. The final kill that Santa has in this movie is so awesome, involving him going through a chimney, and just amazing. Just a really cool and unique and creative kill. And okay, as far as kills go, we're not talking like it's a horror movie, because it kind of is. The blood, the horror, this is a hard R movie. But that's part of the issue, because you also mix in this family that are a bunch of assholes, and I know they're rich and they're kind of supposed to be, but their entire behavior during this experience of this movie, where you have a house being taken over by a group of, the villains who are trying to steal all this money, and Santa's there to save the day, and some other group of military guys show up, and they're also evil and on the naughty list. But anyway, people are being killed. I mean, this movie's not afraid to show some of the supposed good people getting taken down by machine guns. I mean, blood, and they're getting killed. There's killing happening. Death is happening all over the place. There are this family, and yes, they're kind of a dysfunctional family whose lives are being threatened. All they do is make cringeworthy, non-funny jokes. And the dialogue is painful, and they just it's so corny and so not funny, and it just continues throughout, despite everyone's life being in danger, to the point that they're even saying, kill Jason, kill Steve. I can't remember their names. One of the guys named Jason, because that's the main father, and there was another guy who's like an actor, and kill him first. And that guy actually gets killed. He gets murdered. They watch him get murdered, and they joke and laugh about it. They're joking and laughing throughout, and talk about it. Yes, any kind of actual stakes or any kind of actual thrills or horror or suspense. None. Maybe the movie's not supposed to have any, but it damn sure doesn't, because the attitude of this family and their joke. I mean, there's a scene where 3 of them are there. There's a guy with a machine gun. He's about to kill them. He's going to murder them right now. He has no reason not to. This is at the point in the movie they're all going to die. What do? They don't look scared. First of all, no one ever looks terrified, scared in the least. These 3 are now saying, kill her, kill that bitch right here. No, kill him here. Kill this guy. And they're telling her who to kill. And it reminded me of a moment in a movie called Us, Jordan Peele's Us, which is another movie with amazing potential. There's a scene in that movie where everyone's being killed. People are dying all over, and they're arguing over who's going to drive the car. I got more kill count. My kill count's higher. It's supposed to be a normal family. And I get it that they don't want to make it too realistic, because if it's completely realistic, then they're all going to be completely traumatized and just sitting there scared to death. And they want to have a comic tone throughout. So they don't want to make it too realistic, but they go completely on the opposite side. And the family is so silly, so not likable, and constantly joking of who to kill and how they kill and dead. And they it's to the point, was this Naked Gun or something? Is this a spoof? I mean, I get it that it's a comedy and it's cheesy and it's not to be taken completely serious. But damn, when you have blood everywhere and killing and you have all this, I mean, you say it's a little of a Die Hard, but Die Hard has suspense. Die Hard has stakes. Die Hard, you care about the characters, and this has none of that. No real thrills, none real. Yeah, I mean, the kills with Santa Claus is killing is just cool, just for some carnage candy, and some watching the uniqueness of it and everything. But there's no stakes or nothing like that. So if you're not going to have any stakes, any suspense, you're not going to care about anything, and there's nothing really horrifying at all going on, nothing to be taken serious whatsoever, a complete joke of a movie, well, you better make me freaking laugh a lot. It doesn't. It's not funny. It's not funny. More than once they tell him who to kill. Kill Jason. Kill him, man. Kill that guy first. The family's telling them who to kill. Like, it wouldn't happen. Who do I kill first? They point out. That's not... I mean, it's... Okay, and then you have the little girl. I mean, talking to Santa. Even her, there's a moment where they get to her and they're about to, one of these women, one of the bad guys here, this lady's going to kill her. Going to literally kill her. She's still smiling, and when she's doing her little pranks on us, smiling and laughing. Like I get it. Maybe that's the little Home Alone aspect of it. But even in Home Alone, it feels a little more as unrealistic as the Home Alone movies are. It feels more realistic than this. And at least it's a straight comedy. It's not trying to be anything else but a comedy, but a warm Christmas comedy, and you're there for some laughs with the traps and stuff. This one, is that what it's going for? A violent night, people dying left and right. It's rated a hard R. I mean, what did I say? It's rated a hard R. This is for adults. It's not for children. So why do we have corny jokes throughout? I don't know what adults are laughing at these jokes, but apparently a lot of them are. I don't understand it. And the thing about it is, they focus on that family a lot. And on the little girl a lot. And I find her lines really corny too. And, I just don't like it. I just didn't enjoy it. It was, I don't know what other word. I don't keep saying the same words over and over, but cringeworthy, corny, horrible, terrible. Other than a few cool sequences, I don't know why they chose to go so far that direction and why everyone's loving it. I really don't. I find the dialogue in this movie to be unbearable. There's probably 20 minutes of this movie I enjoyed that you can grab out of there, but probably an hour or 40 of it, it felt long too. It kept going. It felt long. And I wanted to leave. I wanted to walk out of the theater. I already knew what was going to happen. I'm kind of glad I stayed because I saw that last kill, which turned out to be awesome. The kills, like I said, the kills kick ass in this movie. I'm not going to lie. So can I call it complete trash? I guess not, because it's not total trash. But it's a hard pass for me. It's a hard pass, and it's something I'm never going to watch again if I can help it. I have no interest to watch this movie again. I'll go watch Bad Santa, because guess what? Bad Santa is genuinely hilarious all the way through. It's hilarious. The Santa is funnier. The whole concept is funnier, and I die laughing every time I watch Bad Santa. It's hilarious. And guess what? Die Hard is actually suspenseful and awesome and a real thrill ride. Love Die Hard and Die Hard 2 and Die Hard 3. And Die Hard 4 is pretty good. Die Hard 5, not as good. And then Home Alone. Guess what? They're hilarious too and much funnier than this movie in my opinion. Although this movie did have the one trap that I laughed, and I'll give it credit for that little trap. That was so good. That's why I'm saying it's not trash, but it's a hard pass in my opinion. Don't take my word for it. Everyone's loving this movie. Everyone's loving this movie. This movie was hard to get through. Hard to get through. I can't do it. I can't deal with this kind of dialogue and this kind of jokiness. I like jokes that are funny, but this I did not find funny other than just a handful of jokes. So we can disagree on if the movie's good or bad, but it's also, that's a matter of taste too. And to me, wasn't my thing. And I can tell you this, if you can't stand cringe dialogue and that's so unrealistic, where you have people in immense danger just laughing and joking and acting like it's nothing when people are dying in front of me. Even some of them were picking up guns and shooting them like the freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger out there and just blowing people's brains out and just laughing about it. Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man. I get that you have to suspend quite a bit of you got to suspend quite a bit of disbelief to watch a movie like this, and you have to understand it's corny and cheesy. But damn, I mean, goddamn, I mean that's too far. They were literally, this family had guns and they were blowing people's brains out, and like it wasn't a big deal. Little girl coming around dead bodies, walking over dead bodies, laughing. Ah, mommy, daddy, Santa's real. Laughing. Like, I think I've said enough. This movie's a hard pass for me. Guys, have a great day. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Peace.